What's up guys, my name is Yannik Nash and in this video I want to talk about my top 5 diet tips which helped me to get shredded, lose body fat and overall make my diet a lot easier. I'm dieting for 3.5 weeks now and I have to say I'm really happy with the results I already achieved. I weighed myself yesterday and I already lost over 3.5 kilograms of body weight, and I have to say it was the most enjoyable and least stressful diet of my entire life, I think. Because over the last few years I learned so much as regards diet and nutrition which I wanted to share with you guys so you don't make the same mistakes like I did and achieve good results directly. The diets which I did a few years ago were really stressful on my body and I basically really struggled to lose weight over time. I will link a photo of myself here a few years ago and as you can see I struggled to barely see my abs. I wasted away completely, like I looked like I didn't even lift anymore and it was overall not enjoyable at all. On the other side, as you can see here, my diet got a lot more effective and yeah, I enjoyed the process totally. In contrast to that, I include a little body update here so you can see my current shape, and by using all these tips which I learned over the last few years, I really can say that they helped me a lot with this diet to achieve this shape. So I really hope I can help you, and without further ado, let's start with the first tip. The first tip I can give you would be don't be too harsh with your own caloric intake. As you may or may not know, a caloric deficit, so an energy deficit, is crucial to lose fat over time. We have a certain energy expenditure over time. This means we burn a certain amount of calories and it's important to go under this amount to actually lose fat. A lot of people think they can lose body fat or stomach fat by training abs more or doing specific exercises or eating certain foods, but that's complete bullshit. You have to be in a caloric deficit and that's a fact. Now the problem with myself was during the last diets which I did, I surpassed my calories by 50 to 100 sometimes, and then came the point where I said fuck it, I go full cheat day mode and don't care at all what I eat and fuck up my diet totally. In contrast to that, when I sit on my desk now when I diet in the evening and I get hungry, I say to myself it's okay, I will eat a bit even if I go out of a caloric deficit and even if I go into a light caloric surplus. Now this may sound pretty counterintuitive to you, but I feel that it makes the process of dieting so much more enjoyable over time. Of course it's important to have an energy deficit over time, but if you're hungry in the evening or on certain occasions, it's totally fine to listen to your body and just eat. Because by applying this rule I had significantly less cravings over time, and yeah, I was just feeling in a better mood and was also way more motivated to continue my diet. Which of course doesn't mean that you go full cheat day mode now. I just want to tell you that it's really important to enjoy the process and this tip can certainly help by that. Second tip, and this is a thing which a lot of people do wrong, is they change up their training when they diet down. This means that they start to include high rep training and decrease their training intensity totally. Furthermore, they do high intensity interval training or other stuff and yeah, basically change up their training and don't train heavy anymore and don't focus on maintaining strength, which is really important when you diet, because there are definitely parallels between maintaining strength and maintaining muscle mass. So I would generally recommend that you stick to compound lifts as well when you're bulking and you're cutting, which means that you try to maintain your strength when you diet down. So do compound lifts like the bench press, deadlifts, pull-ups. Basically compound exercises are exercises where many joints are involved and also many muscle groups are engaged. So always keep in mind, maintaining your strength also means maintaining muscle mass, and we certainly want that. I also have a lot of training and nutrition tips on my Instagram. It's at Yannik Nash, so if you haven't given me a follow, make sure to do that because I upload almost daily there. A good way to make sure that you maintain your strength is having a training diary. You write down your weights you're doing for several sets and also the repetitions you're performing, and you try to maintain those numbers. The third tip would be a nutrition tip, and it is stick to foods which have a lot of volume but less calories. Now, to my experience, I can say that this makes dieting so much easier, it's unbelievable. What I mean by that is that you consume foods which have, like I said, a lot of volume but don't have much calories at all. Examples for that would be cucumbers, tomatoes, salad, also rice, because it has a lot of water in it and by that has a lot of volume, but the ratio between volume and calories is quite good. Generally, you can say that any vegetables and fruits are optimal for that. By eating foods with a lot of volume but not so many calories, you fill up nicely in your stomach, get satiated over a long period of time, and it just helps so much with hunger cravings. For example, in the evening I like to make myself a large feast of potatoes, because potatoes also have a lot of volume, and I combine that with a massive bowl of salad, and maybe in the end as a dessert I have like an apple or berries with yogurt, which have also a lot of volume. So in total it's like 2 kg of food. The fourth tip would be don't weigh yourself too often. Now, I have to say that I did this in the past. I weighed myself every day and it really made me go crazy mentally, I have to say. Because what happens is at the beginning of your diet your weight will go down linearly, and there will be a point where you plateau and even gain weight, and you will get in a really bad mood because you see the scale going up again and you think, oh no, I fucked my diet, I did something wrong, I gained weight again. But this weight gain can be due to a lot of factors actually, because it's not only fat that we lose but sometimes also water retention in our body. This water retention can be due to our salt intake, because when we eat something salty we tend to retain water, and also depends on the amount of food we're digesting at the moment, as well as stress factors which can also lead to water retention and weight gain. And since I'm not using a scale anymore, I have to say that I feel mentally so much better, because even if I gain weight due to water retention or something, I don't even care anymore. My fifth tip is a special tip, and it is incorporate intermittent fasting into your diet. So, just a short summary, what is intermittent fasting? Essentially, what intermittent fasting is you fit all your calories into a small time window and fast for the rest of the day. By doing intermittent fasting, you fast for the first 4 to 6 hours of the day and then consume all your food into a small time window, which basically allows you to eat a lot of food, especially at the end of the day. Things like this soda without sugar, or for example water with gas, help me so much to suppress my appetite, and I basically don't get hungry at all because I'm focused in my work at that time and I have a really good workflow, and after those 4 hours I start to eat. Consuming a form of caffeine, for example coffee, can help you to suppress your appetite even more. But I would recommend you fast for the first 3 to 4 hours of the day without caffeine and then incorporate it if you get hungry, because then it suppresses your appetite even more and you can fast for another 1 to 2 hours. It helped me a lot because I could save a lot of my calories for later in the day, and especially in the evening I tend to get super hungry, and then it's really cool to have a large portion of food left. So yeah guys, I hope you found this 5 tips of mine very helpful, and yeah, you're able to apply this into your own diet. And if you got something to add or any questions, feel free to answer them in the comments. I answer the comments every time, and I see all of you guys in the next video.